All right. So guys, we're now live and we're back in Cebuano Hoops Live. All right. So tonight we are gonna be talking about the NBA Finals. Okay, Game Six, and it is a good day for Lakers fans and LeBron fans out there. Okay, so congratulations. All right, best of the West, best of the
Best of
West.
the West.
Yes, sir.
Lakers.
Us. All right, so that's what we're gonna be talking about tonight. And actually, not si Miggy, but he's having problems with his internet connection. Kay kusog kuno kayong ulan sa Ormoc. So he's gonna be back, or if mawala siya, he's gonna be back bangyod. All right. So before we proceed, though, let me just introduce the guys I'm with tonight. Okay, the two guys I'm with. Okay. First of all, let's start sa mga kuya, sa mga maguwang. All right? So, mayang gabi, Kuya Jerry. How are you, sir?
Mang gabi, brother Mark, and brother, congrats Lakers, brother Jeff, and
Yeah.
brother Migs. I know you'll be, I know you'll be coming back. So, mang gabi sa akong mga co-host here, Cebuano Hoops Lives, and to all our mga suki, nga viewers and listeners. Mang gabi, yeah, it's a good day. Champion ang Lakers, congrats Lakers. And shout out to our 032 fans here, solid fans. They're all for the Lakers. Ako already LeBron James, Arvin Scartin, James Reed, Eric Bryan Omeres, Charles
Mm-hmm.
Michael Omeres, Jelai, my Korean fan, and to all the Argawanons, good evening, and welcome back here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, next up, the guy sa pikas ni Kuya. Hindi makita. All right. So, mayang gabi, Jeff. How are you?
First and foremost, I'd like to recognize an award one Mark Malazarte for returning back to his roots and being a Laker fan. Congratulations, Mark. You won a
Or,
championship today. Be
yeah,
happy. Be happy.
I do
But
have a
yeah,
reason.
so
So,
it's a great day to it's a great day for basketball. It's a great day for to be a Laker fan for sure. Congratulations to the 2020 NBA champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. Congratulations to whom was a little bit of an underdog to begin the series, but all of a sudden came back strong to end this whole thing. LeBron James, your Finals MVP, can't go wrong with it either him or AD.
mhm.
And to all our fans, we're sorry we missed out today, but we're back to Cebuano Hoops Live. Let's do this.
All right. All right. So, guys, we all know the result of today's game. All right. By the way, before I forget, all right, I just would want to give a big shout out to the 2026. All right, they're the guys who actually created and printed the shirt and sent it to me from Manila. All right. So the 2026. The that's THE 2026. All right. The 2026. All right. They actually have like good quality print and shirts. Okay. So all right, let's proceed to the game. So I'll start off with you, Raf. All right. Actually, the game was kind of close when it all start in the first quarter, right? It was kind of close during the first, but eventually in the second, dito na murag ni labaw gid ang Lakers. All right. So what was your take on that game?
Mark.
Yeah. What was your take
Right.
on that
So,
game?
well, when Miami, yeah, when the game started, Miami and LA sort of, went toe to toe a little bit. But you kind of had this weird feeling, and I remember I was talking to Miggy about it. Miami is just not playing good quality of basketball. They were turning the ball over. They were starting to miss free throws. They were starting to miss the looks that they had in the previous game. And all in all, it kind of summed up to the Lakers converting on the other end. And I gotta credit the Lakers for the defense that they played. They played with a lot more energy and a lot more intensity. And then all of a sudden, you fast forward to the second and the third quarter. All of a sudden, it's just an avalanche. It's just the Lakers pouring it on constantly, and the defense was still on point. There's always a saying that defense wins championships, and this was more of LA actually beating the crap out of Miami on the defensive end because Miami just couldn't score. They couldn't find any rhythm whatsoever. They were always turning the ball over. They were always missing these shots that they would normally be able to make. There was no bright spot until a guy like Kendrick Nunn would come in or Bam Adebayo would somehow get a few lucky shots here and there. And Butler was relatively ineffective the whole night. So the Lakers were really forcing the issue not on the offensive end, but more so on the defensive end, where they figured out how to defend Jimmy Butler, how to get guys like Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero off their game, and let these other guys who haven't really had a solid rhythm all throughout this series try and beat them out of it. And I
Mhm.
thought that was so key for the Lakers because in the end, they were up by as much as 36 points in this game. It was nearly a 40-point blowout. Of course, you
So,
know, when you head into the midway through the third quarter and all throughout the fourth quarter, Miami just wanted to keep chipping away and chipping away and chipping away, but you have to understand that, it was already garbage time. The Lakers didn't really care. They knew they were going to win this championship already. So if you're from the outside looking in and you didn't really see the game and you're looking at the score, seeing 106-93, I think you must be thinking, man, this must have been a close game. But nah, man, the Lakers took this one from start to finish, absolutely dominated the Miami Heat on both ends of the floor, but primarily on the defensive end, where you have
mhm.
monsters like Anthony Davis, 3-and-D specialists like Danny Green, Contavious Caldwell Pope, Alex Caruso. I think starting the game was really big because that sort of countered Miami's small ball offense. And look, again, credits to the Lakers. They played so well in this game. They played with a lot of energy. They played how we probably expected them to play in game five, where we
Uh-huh.
expected them to close out the series and end it all. But unfortunately, that didn't turn out the way we thought it would, and we headed into game six. So overall, just a dominating performance by LA, and hats off to the Miami Heat. Terrific season, nothing to hang your head on. Definitely something to build on for the years to come. You have a great core, a great young core in Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, these guys, and as good a series as anyone else did. So I think you got to give yourselves a lot of credit because the Lakers were an overwhelming favorite to win this one. So congratulations to the 2020 NBA champions, the escapees from the bubble, the Los Angeles Lakers.
All right, all right. So,
I had to make my 5 minutes count. I'm like I'm looking at the clock the whole time. I'm like,
I think
I'm
Miggy
looking
is
at the
really
clock.
some issues with his connection. But proceed Lata. Kuya, how about you? What could you say about that game ganina? Because we really had our hopes high after game five. So what went wrong?
Yeah, I kind of expected this. I woke up around 12 o'clock, um, no noon. So okay kita
Mm-hmm.
sa dua, but I kind of expected this outcome because as you can see, the Miami Heat are fatigued. First of all, yeah, congratulations to the Lakers, LeBron James and AD. So I predicted already that my idol LeBron will be the MVP. You guys are haters, so I'm just the ako rin nasakto sa prediction because you all are haters. LeBron, congratulations. Winning the championship, fourth championship, and finals MVP. Congrats. Again, it's really obvious that the Lakers are the more superior, dominant team. Miami Heat, they really need for Jimmy Butler to do um, kind of 30-ish, 40-ish triple double for them just to compete and
Mm-hmm.
win games. But obviously, as you can see after the game, the press conference from Jimmy Butler that fatigue jud siya. As in, nakramba na siguro to siya. Takian na siya pag after sa press conference. So, it's really too much for us to ask another game for Jimmy Butler just to extend the series to game 7. So obviously, if you guys are playing with a more superior talent and taller guys, so you need to exert a lot of effort, a lot of hard work. So eventually, the toll will take it on you. So fatigue will set in, and that eventually for me, I think happened kanina. That's why Brother Jap said na morag wala energy, not playing defense because I think ha nakuha na jud to kapoy na jud sila competing for the last 5 games. So especially Jimmy Butler, he is really fatigued this game 6. However, congratulations to the Miami Heat team, guys. You have earned the love and respect of a lot of people and a lot of fans. You guys gave us two beautiful finals games. You fought valiantly despite all the adversity, the injuries. You never complained and whined about anything, and you showed real sportsmanship throughout this series. So you guys are all, I mean, also a champion in the eyes of a lot of people, especially the fans. Jimmy Butler, buckets, you deserve to be called a superstar. You're a fantastic leader who leads by example. Very unselfish leader who will do anything just to will his team, magpakamatay siya sa floor just to win a game. So he doesn't care about anything about stats or any narrative for him, but just to win games. So Jimmy Butler, I also salute you. Thank you, Jimmy Butler.
Okay. So, kuan, that was really very kanang well said, kuya. I mean, for the Miami Heat, then again, sakto si Jack, sakto si kuya, wala sila'y angay ikauwaw sa duwa ganina because damn, they gave their all since day one sa playoffs or even when the bubble started. All right, so they gave their all, okay? So, kuan lang, sa kuha lang sad, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. All right. So then again, this championship will not be possible
Better
without
job.
without Rondo.
I love that
Congratulations.
he used my line. I love that he used my line.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
congratulations
give credit where credit is due here. Go ahead.
to Rajon Rondo and to Dwight Howard for securing his first ever
Dwight
NBA win.
Howard, yeah. Congrats,
Yes,
Dwight.
sir. So, but props to LeBron lang sa DI because then again, he gave a valiant effort good since day one. I mean, triple double, man. He got a triple double, but fake kayo
I
fake.
just wanted to hear that come out of your mouth.
Pero kuan. It's just
Statalic.
that
Ah,
that's,
Italian mo, Margaret.
dili bitaw. Pero sa tinuod na lang, I mean, those stats were LeBron stats from day one, from last season, from previous seasons. I mean, he's getting all those numbers on a consistent basis. My problem here is, and then again, that's the reason why I said I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Without Rondo, without AD, man, he'll be like last season. Lakers last season, without AD, without Rondo, was nakasud sa finals or wagis nakasud sa playoffs. So then again, props to those two guys. They really stepped up and really helped LeBron get to a situation where he could really like lead the team and all. And but then again, bottom line, it was like a team effort. LeBron was the Finals MVP because he had those numbers. He had those numbers. It's hard to get those numbers, right? But then again, you can't win it. I mean, he can't win it without AD. That's basically it. But congratulations to Laker fans out there. All right, true Laker fans. I'm actually one of them. I'm a Laker fan. All right. It's just that Warriors ako pa ron. You know why. All right. So kana siya. I mean, magpina-J.R. Smith kami. Hubo ba?
Uh,
Hubo.
uh,
Hindi na ko pakita sa tutoy. Pero pina-J.R. Smith ba? J.R. Smith. Yan. Di ba? Gaubos J.R. Smith pagka-champion. Alright. Pina-J.R. Smith ko lang get-champion.
already shirtless. All right, we're not even done, and you're already shirtless. All right, I like it. I like where this is going. All right.
Di ba tay? Sa kuan lang sad. But then again, I really can't say anything more about that about the game ganina because then again it was really lopsided when I mean pag start pa lang sa second quarter but it was expected. It was expected. We really can't ask anything more from the Miami Heat because I think they were really drained to game 5. That was it. That was really it for them. Then again, when the series started, what we debated about was not who the champion would be, but how many games it would take for the Lakers to win it all. I think mura magito siya, di ba?
Ultimately, yeah.
Yes,
Ultimately,
sir.
that was gonna be the debate. How many games and who would be Finals MVP?
True, true, true. So, mura to siya. That was what I could really say about the game. So, I think humana to ang kuan. Humana to ang sa nga na ni. Humana to ang show. Natag naman dili dili bitaw. You guys, di ba?
Oh my God! Hey man, from start to finish, LA just took the wind out of Miami sails. It was
Yes,
a
sir.
rough game for Miami. Shut
Yes,
them
sir. And
down.
Wow.
I think emotions would really be kind of high if niabot ni siya game 7 or if ang Miami.
Kato, kana
Yeah,
gyud niabot og game 7 sus nindot jud kayo.
ako
Nani
lang ha.
chance ang Miami.
I mean,
Punchers chance.
the only people who are happy, really happy right now, are those people in Los Angeles. Good because those are the real Laker fans, ang mga nasa LA. And then I think ang happy gid karon no are those people nga love kay si LeBron and who are like really hitting on us nga mga kuan mga say nga ni mga LeBron haters. So sila I mean that it's fun. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun watching
Ikaw naman
Facebook. Yeah, mura gid ako. It was really fun watching Facebook or reading Facebook and all. I don't know if you guys find that fun, but sa kuha lingaw siya. Because then again, it was really a talk between the whole NBA versus LeBron. That was it.
Mm-mm.
Because if
Yeah.
you take, kung sa ako lang ha, what do you think? What do you think will happen, Jeff? Kuya? If
Mm.
what?
LeBron didn't win the MVP sa finals, what do you think will happen? What
Well,
will
if
what will the people say?
Well, for one, definitely people will bring up the whole goat argument again. There's just always this narrative that Jordan won six Finals MVPs. So I mean, there's just no pleasing. There's just nothing LeBron can possibly do. I think, in my own understanding, that'll ever get these guys off his backs. But so that could be the one narrative, and then the other narrative would be for those of us who are just trying to be impartial and trying to look at everything from that space. I'd say something, I guess, around the lines of, well, AD, if AD played well enough to deserve it, then AD would deserve it. And I don't think that hurts LeBron at all. I think it just shows how good of a teammate he is, how good of a facilitator he is, in a way
Mhm.
where a guy like Anthony Davis, despite LeBron still being the superstar, despite the ball being almost 90% of the time in his hands, or roughly 70 to 90% of the time in his hands, he can still make a guy like AD shine, and still a guy like AD finds his way into the offense and is able to produce. So it could go either way. I wouldn't really be mad if AD would have won the Finals MVP. To some degree, he had been the Lakers' hottest player in the bubble, so you have to consider that. But LeBron James, after Game 5, I thought if the Lakers were going to win this in Game 6, after Game 5, it was obvious already. Like, if there was ever a guy that just played as consistently, as well, and at such a high level, it's definitely LeBron James. Just to give you an
Mhm.
example, for a point of comparison, Jimmy Butler's 2 games. Jimmy Butler's 2 games were more, if you kind of put it in perspective, is what basically LeBron James does every game. Jimmy Butler's 2 greatest games are basically what LeBron James can do on a regular basis from games 1 through, or really what we have come to expect of a guy like LeBron James to play in the NBA Finals at this level. It's almost night. It's almost like it's so common that we don't even think that it's that important or it's that significant. Just to put it in that perspective, Jimmy Butler's best games are almost LeBron's regular games in the finals. So I'll leave it at that.
True. True. About you, Kuya, unsay mo masulti? What would happen or what would people say if AD turned out to be the finals MVP?
Okay, games 1 and 2, I should say it's really very close, but I think AD got no, na siya gamayng bintaha ato games 1 and 2, 1 2, but games 3 4 5 it's obvious nga si LeBron jud daw atong time. However, if let's say for example AD won the MVP, despite the games LeBron played 3, 4, 5, and 6. First of all, LeBron will whine at the media conference. Okay, he will he will have some passive aggressive comments. Siguro,
True.
if
Which
if
we're gonna talk
indeed,
about a bit. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll talk
if
about that.
indeed, yeah, he will have his passive aggressive moments. If AD won the MVP finals MVP for this series. Okay, obviously after game 1 and 2 murag siya na clear cut MVP bisan sa kuha. So
Mm.
with that said, um also one narrative would be I will not think about the GOAT conversation. I just kuan yun nga kay no, it cannot really be compared as if he won the MVP or not. If he did not win the MVP, of course, sa yung mga narratives sa mga mga labi na mga haters nga he was scared for this championship by AD, but obviously he was not. So he played the entire series, each game MVP-ish games. So he deserved to be the finals MVP.
All right.
Fourth time now. So congratulations, LeBron.
Yeah. Hey.
Shout out there, brother Alvin Cadayuna and Ray Babanto. Shout out to you guys. They're here watching.
All right. All right. So, before I actually proceed, though, let me just read some of the comments, all right? Because there are a lot of people who also watched the game earlier. So we have here Brother Paul Brian Dacalos. I'm here. Salamat kayo, brother. Present ka always every night. All right. And salamat sa day sa pag-share sa among live sa mga ubang mga groups dito sa Cebu. And then Chris Oy says, Idol Paul Brian Dacalos, model sa Pau de Arco. Yes, okay. Klaro kayo, gipamaula ni pagsabado ba? Dog basket. Alright, so one here from Jades Michael, pa-wash out, maing gabi Jades Michael. And asa pa ni siya? There's another one here from Ralphie Aruta. He says LBJ, the basketball, and then a crown. Okay, okay, all right. And from Paul Dacalos again, it's the Lake Show, and they won't allow the script to be altered. Okay, all right. So from Boss Jin Torres. So Mark is converting back to being a Laker fan. Actually,
Hey,
para
Gio. Jinto knows. Jinto knows the truth. You can't lie.
I won't say converting mainly because I will always be a Laker fan. Pero then again, I won't be really back. I won't be back to the purple and gold till the self-proclaimed king would still be there, right? Morgan na siya. Sorry. Sorry
Is
na
what
good.
it is, folks. Is what it is. It's fine.
So Paul Bryant's naa siya'y kuan katong yung prediction before when we started. I got it right. Lakers in 6. Si Cap Jingle said, Brad Mark, mura kag si J.R. Smith tubuhubo man. Told you, game 6. Sakto good Cap, game 6. And congratulations. Murag madayon kita larga end of the month kay murag dagang itag daog Cap. Okay? Kanya, gikan sa ako ang favorite nga commenter good, si Craig Capin, may gabi brother. Ganahan kay ko sa imo porma ron, brother. Pag-release kayo. Ang porma og tato, J.R. Smith, ang Russo. Actually, ang tato, J.R. Smith. Ang buhok, Caruso. Ang lawas, Dion Waiters. Kay dako magtigan Dion Waiters, di ba? Am I right?
That's true. That's true.
Diba?
I agree. I agree. Way to be a sport, Brush. Way to be a sport.
All right. So from Bossing Win, Bossing Win, may buntag 6 a.m. Sus, biliba ginawa nimo Bossing Win. 6 a.m. and you're ready up and watching us. So
Let's do
salamat
it. Bossing win.
Yes,
Bossing
sir.
win.
So
Shout out.
just like Denver, the Heat ran out of gas. True, true. Mogid siya agad. Wagi tayo mahitabuhan agad. So from James Anthony Tupas, respect to Jimmy, Timberwolves jud ang nagkala sa iya. True.
True.
Not only
True.
Timberwolves, but also I
The
think also
Sixers.
Sixers.
Sixers. Yeah,
Sixers. Y'all lucked out, man. Y'all lucked out on Jimmy buckets.
yeah. They really wasted Jimmy Butler. All right. So another one here is Paul Bryan says Jimmy is the real MVP. Para sa kuha, ang tatong mga namusta o plus 2, plus 3, moto'y the real MVP para nato.
Those are the ones who didn't really care as long as they got the money. They're good. They don't care. They
So,
won big, whether you no matter how hard you look at it.
Brother Jameer.
Hey,
yes,
go Rondo!
nice. Rondo now, I think he's the only player who ever played for, correct
Both
me
the
if I'm
Lakers
wrong,
and the C's.
Lakers and
Yeah,
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 Boston. We got a
he's
championship.
the only player na nakaduwa sa both teams that won
And a
championship.
yeah.
championship.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. That's a fact. Congratulations to Rajon. After
yes,
one
sir.
hell of a weird career, huh? Ever since he left Boston, I can't even remember the teams he's been on.
Sure.
Sacramento, New Orleans, Chicago. He's been around, man.
Who?
Yeah, after the
Rondo?
Dallas. Yeah, after the
Dallas,
Dallas.
yeah, he went to Dallas.
After the
Yeah,
Dallas controversy, he said
Sacramento.
mo
Sheesh.
retire na ta daw siya to after the Dallas,
Yeah,
walkout and everything. Yeah, mo retire na ta daw siya to.
Okay, so
congrats to
guys,
Rondo.
we've already discussed like the game earlier. Then again, wa mo gyud kay kuan gyud ato. But I mean, if it was a close game, we could have had talk more
Yeah,
about it, Mayana, but it's lopsided. So it was a
like
game
like the game 5 unta ba no?
if I go game 5 or
Sa kiti mo
Mayana,
daog ba? Mm.
dagan tag mastorya. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is that interview. That interview on LeBron James after winning the ring. Okay. So let me just play a clip here. Okay. Let me play a clip. I actually saved this. All right. Let me share it first. All right. You guys can see it now, and tell me if you hear it.
It's such a historical franchise. It's an unbelievable feeling, not only for myself, but for my teammates, for the organization, for the coaches, for the
Mhm.
trainers, everybody that's here. Um, we just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect too.
All right. So, oh, I think Miggy's back. Oh, Migs.
Makes both bad Wi-Fi. His
Yes.
his Wi-Fi is so bad it won't allow him to spell right. It won't allow him to both
Was
bad
Even
Wi-Fi.
that I couldn't do right. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
27 minutes too late, man.
Sige lang.
Makes
All right.
you're
Sorry,
good, you're good,
guys.
Makes you're good,
Before
you're good,
we
you're good.
let's get Mickey's kanang point or iyang take on Game 6 earlier. Did you enjoy the game, Migs?
Of course, he enjoyed the
Yeah,
game. Come on now.
All right, Migs, take the
yeah.
floor.
I know. I won't. Yeah, I won't spend too much time on it because we're 28 minutes in, and I just got in. Yeah. Lakers just brought the intensity very early. I didn't even notice that we were already up by 10. Like it just happened. Na LeBron just plowed his way into the lane every time, every chance he got. This was the game that Lakers fans were expecting in Game 5. So this was a perfect.
Oh man, we lost Mickey again.
You lost him again. Oh
Oh,
nope,
Our
here's
stars.
he's back. Wolf bad Wi-Fi.
There I go again. There I go.
Wolf bad Wi-Fi.
Bad Wi-Fi, man. Come on.
Good. You're good.
Give
You're
me a
good. Good.
chance,
Good.
Flo.
all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, hey, their stars played like stars. And their other guys, man, playoff Rondo. Jeez. But yeah, I think Japet made this point. I don't know if Japet made this point. I just we were talking during the game na we felt na si Dragic played a little bit too much, that he took time away, minutes away from
Oh
Nun
yeah,
and
yeah.
Hero.
True.
Bam played like 40.
Oh, Miggy's gone again.
Oh no, he's back again. It's like in and out, in and out. Let's go. All right,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
do this, Bo.
Bam played 42
You're gonna
minutes,
help
but
us
I
out
think
here.
he played about 15, 20 minutes too much. Kelly Olynyk should have gotten some more reps just to stretch out the floor. And that's it with my recap, guys. Because I might go out again. My Wi-Fi is just so bad right now.
Why blame my
Hey
mix?
man, Lakers win. Woo!
Hey, Mark, let me tell
Congratulations,
you a little
Lakers
bit of a
fans.
story. Mark, let me
Let me
chime in real quick here and tell you a little
sure.
something about that whole game, right? So the whole time I'm talking to Miggy, right? Because normally we do this every game. We go back and forth on it. I tell him, Lakers got this. It's over. It's 28 points. He tells me, nope, not knowing the Lakers. I tell him again, Migs, it's 33 points. It's done. Pop the champagne. And he said, nope. I know this team. They're not gonna, they're gonna let it off again. They're gonna let their foot off the gas pedal. And I tell him again one more time, Migs, it's already 13. It's already 16 points. It's 2 minutes left. I mean, the confetti's about to pop off. They got the
No
machines
man,
on the side. He was like,
I know them
not
too well.
until the very last second. And you're a
I know them
diehard
too
when
well, Jeff.
yeah, I know, I know. It was just funny to me the whole time I was telling him, "You really? It's 28 points. You're still not gonna consider this a win?" So I thought that was pretty funny, coming from a diehard Laker fan. Sobrang kasi guristagin ba like down to the last minute, they have to have that comfortable lead. If they don't, I don't think they're winning this. So hats off to hats off to Miggy for being that way.
All right, all right. So, Migs, I actually just played a clip earlier. Would you want to see it as well?
No, no, I heard it. I heard it. Yeah,
Okay. So, I'll start off
yeah.
with Kuya on that one. Okay. Miggy's gone again. All right, Miggy's back. All right, Miggy's back. All right.
All right, let's
So,
do it.
Kuya, I'll start with you in regards to that statement by LeBron. Powerful word, respect. All right, respect. Okay. What could you
Yeah.
say about?
Well, Idol LeBron. One sentence. Respect is earned, right? Not given. So yeah, a lot of people respect you. It's just that some of the things that ma-turn off lang siguro sila sa imo ha. Especially katong nag-self-proclaim ka kay Congo Moto, daga na turn off ato. But they still respect you. It doesn't mean they don't appreciate your greatness, or doesn't mean that they hate you as a person because you're not hateable person. Let's that get that correct. Actually, LeBron is a lovable person. Just that's na lang siya
Love.
mga gipang It's just that na siya ka ng sometimes attitude gani nga murag narcissistic ra kayo, and then kato jud daghan jud na turn off niya ato usan ako especially kay LeBron jud ko sa una mag-away kami nila si Mar kay Golden State na mo sa una tabangan na mo siya sa una kami kay Cavs, but after ato murag katong but then again, for me lang you have to let your peers, your fans, the people say that you're great, not lain sa gayo nga di ba kung ikaw basketball player ka dili ako pinaka murag lain paminawon murag maka-turn off jud siya. Mao
Mm,
siguro to yung pasabot nga respect. But actually, um, respect is given because you earn the respect. So we, especially, ang kato siguro pasabot niya atong yung about sa katong GM or katong kinsa pa to? Sa Frank Vogel. I don't know kung na ba things nga disrespect to sila, especially the team kay daghan kay makaingon siya disrespect because they are really dominant ang ilang lineup, especially against the matchup with the Miami Heat. Perhaps nakaingon siya nga a lot of people are respecting the team because of that, and maybe nakabasa sad siya mga comments about how dominant the team is nga especially nga ningon na asterisk ang ilang championship because of a lot of reasons.
hmm.
So but for me, they're just saying siguro mga facts, but it's not really that those people are disrespecting the Lakers or LeBron. Pero mara daw ang masulti about sa kang LeBron nga part. But again, you've earned the respect, LeBron. So let's get let's get that thing straight. Yeah, he got my respect, and a lot of people also
So,
respect him
so,
as a person, as a basketball player, as one of the greats. But di lang ta mag-self-proclaim. Mao na ako ah. Sa ako na
so,
opinion na.
love na ni Mus Lebron ko ya.
Yeah, kipakita niya sa mga post. Dito na ko na turn off niya. Katong especially atong 2017 nga press conference niya. Dito ko na start na turn off niya katong press conference nila nga they lost against the Pelicans. Naingon siya nga we're not that top heavy. We lack kuan playmaker, etc. Then inside the NBA pangutana sila ang comment ni Barkley about that is that nga kuan ang Cavs is actually mao pinakataas nga salary ato nga time. They are the defending champion that time. So nangutana si Barkley if does LeBron James doesn't want to compete nga ligom just la to actually na lang just Durant, but he's asking for more gani nga he's the best player ato nga time. They are the defending champion. And then ang yang answer do about kang Barkley nga comment is not really about addressing the comments about katong sulti ni Barkley, but yang gi-address ato kay puro personal. I'm not the one daw nga na debt sa Las Vegas. I'm not the one
Mhm.
who spit on a young girl sa fan. I'm not the one daw nga kuan ganang I'm not the one nga who says nga role
Long
model,
talking.
not the role model purag out of bounds kay ang reply ato ba nga sakto man jud si Barkley said kay kung ang ubang nga team ato si for example Carmelo nga gibanggit siya niya si Carmelo will have Kyrie, Love and Tristan Thompson. Ay yun na mo complain sila nga a lot of teams nga wala jud kay sila they are really depleted jud ang lang lineup as compared sa kang LeBron nga nga time pinakadako bisag salary ato sa luxury tax na sila ato, and then they are the defending champion, then he's still complaining. But then again kato mo to naka-start na turn off niya nga ngano yang reply a rebuttal niya ni Barkley is all about personal things, not really addressing the comments made by Barkley about that press conference made by LeBron. So mao lang to siya, then so good ato ang kaduha katong na-proclaim siya nga GOAT, murag na turn off na ko niya ato, but I don't hate him na turn off lang.
Sige,
That's
sige.
my but I still respect him. Eh, listen jud kay si LeBron jud kay listen jud kayo pugnan jud sa kunsaon.
All
Nothing.
right. All right. So, kuya, so love na ni Mus Lebron gid ay. Na turn off lang kagamay.
Na turn off lang. Na turn off lang ko sa idol. Kato yun, maka-turn off lang dito para na ko nga you would declare that you're the GOAT. I mean, in fact, uh, maybe iyatong narrative para masway ang mga fans, a lot of the
Ah,
media person about atong time nga atong
so,
mga narrative katong kay ko to documentary man to about sayang ambot sa tong documentary niya. So maybe he's just using that platform to sway the perception of a lot of people and fans nga siya daw ang GOAT. But sakto nga ban, like Pepin said, na you have to let your peers, the fans, to kuan to say that you're the GOAT or not. Kailangan
okay,
kayo.
okay. So, naay nangutana day diri ba si Lawrence Rocky Katipay. Where's Miggy? Sir Lawrence, Miggy is having some technical difficulties right now kay kusog kuno kay
Technical difficulties, man. Yeah.
so
Almost got
disconnected.
right.
So kana we just have to make do with the three of us sa karon. Pero if Miggy could connect back into the internet, for sure he's been dying for like a few days now to talk about basketball na sad. All right?
I know
So
for sure.
si Kuan, si Paul Dacalos nag-comment, sub ko coach. Sige, pasabot ni karon taon-taon. We'll get your opinion of the games, okay? And before that, though, I want to ask Jeff regarding the respect thing, okay? Because send Paul the link. Okay, go ahead,
All
Jeff.
right. Well, look, let's be clear. I mean, some of the stuff LeBron James says is really is interpreted in so many ways. Some logical, some sensical, some that just are the basic foundations of you to understand the English language. And then there are some that are just blown over the top, I think, or some just have a tendency to misunderstand, misinterpret, and then twist it in a way which is, I think, too negative, which I feel is a direct impact of or which I feel is more or less the impact of social media in our society. And it's the world we
Mhm.
live in. And anything this guy says is really of utterly high importance because apparently people will really stop to think and find a way to interpret what he says in based on how they feel or based on what they think is what he's trying to say. But let me get this out of the way. Number one, LeBron James, you don't have to demand respect. You already have everybody's respect. I think where this is coming from, my theory regarding this, and I watched First Things First earlier, and it was really on point. So a lot of where this is coming from is if you're LeBron James, as much as you want to tune out the noise will be there. The noise is there, and that's the problem in today's society. Whether you try to disconnect from it or you don't, the noise finds its way to you. And what I mean by that is every time something happens that's almost something that a hater can create a YouTube compilation for, or create Facebook firestorm for, or create media fodder for, you're gonna see it online. You're gonna have the whole world chiming in on it. Every LeBron hater from the very beginning of his career up until now, they will find a way to eat that up, spit it out, eat it again, vomit it, poop it out, and eat it again. There's so many
Wow.
recurring narratives, bro, because it's so annoying already to keep reading it over and over and over. It's the same thing again. That's what he means. Just, I mean, for me as a fan of the game and me as a solid fan of LeBron James, just stop. All the haters. This is also the problem because LeBron's haters talk so loud, so much louder than the people who actually are basketball fans who respect the game and who respect him. His haters have such a volume that it's hard to ignore. All right. Take, for example, game 5. What a firestorm, or what kind of firestorm was created of him passing the ball. It was unreal to me how there was so much criticism for him passing the ball. Brush, we know this. I might be being hypocritical here because you pointed out a really good story about me, but that was a great play, huh? Let's be real. Danny Green missed a shot. He missed the shot. It was so Brush. He had an entire court to himself, Jude. I swear. Me, I might be hypocritical because I would take a teardrop from half court. That's just me, though. I'm not LeBron James. Huh? I'm not LeBron James. You know, LeBron James made the right play. And brother Jerry, I made sure to clarify this. If I had passed that ball to Mark, we could have been playing in the finals. He had a good he had a good percentage from three that year, but more or less, here's my point. Again,
Yeah, yeah.
oftentimes these haters take things so out of proportion. And if you're LeBron James, as much as you're trying to deviate from it, as much as you're trying to stay away from it, it finds its way to you, be it from your teammates, be it from your coaching staff, be it from your peers, your family. This media fodder of negativity just finds its way to you. And I think this is LeBron James is telling the world, let's knock it off. I mean, it's already, I mean, how much more does a guy have to do for these haters to just stop with all these really poorly written narratives, these poorly written stories, and these contents that are such in poor taste? And if you're LeBron James, that's what you basically mean. I think he deserves the respect from the haters because these guys, I know some really LeBron, Brush, I actually know people who hate LeBron more than you do, and these guys are nasty. These guys
Skip
they
Bayless.
will find anything
Number
personal. They will find anything
That's for Skip
racial.
Bayless.
It's out of bounds. It's uncalled for. A guy like Skip Bayless is a prime example for me. For once in your life,
Yeah.
admire the
Number
fact
10?
that this guy is a once in a generation talent. Yeah, probably number one, then Mark's number 2. Acknowledge the fact that
No.
this guy is a once in a generation talent.
Skip
Okay.
skip list LeBron as number 10.
Oh,
That's
and
a
I thought that
hater,
was an
bro.
interesting topic too. Bro, yo, listen up. I thought that was an interesting topic that you don't have LeBron James in your top 3, 5, and now you have
Yeah.
this as number 10.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
That's pure
What
hate.
kind of
That's pure hate.
basketball are you? That's pure
Yeah.
hate. That's just negativity. How do you not
Yeah,
recognize
yeah.
what he's no? He is taking down every record in the book: points, rebounds, assists, field goal percentage, win shares, defensive win shares, offensive win shares. If
I don't
you
have
go
him.
back,
I don't have him at
what?
number 10. I don't have him at number 10.
Then you're probably
Where?
worse than Skip Bayless. Where do you have him?
11?
11.
Hey, whether you believe this or not, Rush. Hey, Rush. After winning his fourth title, whether you're gonna accept this or not, I actually have LeBron James as my number one because it's really hard to ignore. When you look at the stats, you look at the numbers, you look at his body of work. Brush, here's a fact for you. If you're a LeBron James teammate, there's a 70 to 80% chance you will go to the NBA finals. You know how I
True.
know this? You know how I know this? Simple math.
Huh?
Out of the 17 years LeBron James has played in the NBA, 10 of those have been to the NBA finals.
Okay.
15 of those have been to the NBA playoffs. So you
Okay.
know this guy's body of work. He's been around. He's won for so long. So again, going back to the topic at hand, LeBron James, I kind of understand where this is coming from. To all the haters, the nasty ones at that, the really terrible ones, I think it's time that you accept because I'm a Kobe hater. Like I hate Kobe. Like I really hate him. Brush, I'm like Skip Bayless level hate Kobe, right? But I respect Kobe so much that I don't go as far as to say that, he wasn't a great basketball player. That I saw his body of work as an athlete and he did amazing things with the basketball. There was a time where I would secretly watch Kobe highlights because I didn't want people to give off the impression or throw the narrative, hey, Jeff's a Kobe fan. No, I'm not. I just wanted to watch what he did. He was so good with the basketball. So, that's just my whole point. Again, to all the haters, I think it's time that you learn to accept things for the way they are. You learn to accept the facts for what they are, and you learn to embrace this kind of greatness, this level of greatness, because it'll never come, or it might come, but not for a really, really long time.
Okay. All right.
Agree.
So, all right. Let me just give my take on the whole respect thing. Okay. First of all, Jeff's right. Kuya's right. LeBron has millions of people respecting him. All right. I guess the reason why he mentioned that earlier is probably because he can't get the respect of those people who are kana ganing mura ganing, who has the say or influential people or kanang the people who are there. All right. Let's say for example Michael Jordan himself. Mura ginana ba? I mean, if you heard Michael Jordan's interview about like who's the better player, LeBron or Kobe, he had Kobe over LeBron. So I guess that's where it came from, mga yana. Those Skip Bayless comments, those kind of stuff are basically publicity raman gina siya. And I could say
Clout.
nga
It's clout.
exactly. And I'm actually one of those LeBron haters. Good. It's
Uncle, no?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, true. It is true. It is true. It's just that I can't really be vocal about it, especially right now. Nga nagsibuan kita. Pero unlike Jeff, he secretly watches Kobe kanang videos kanang alone. Mga na, ako, I never did that. I never watched LeBron clips or whatsoever because I really don't. I really don't know. All right. I mean, I'm a nobody. Kung if LeBron would hear this, I mean, he could brush me off. Okay, I mean, my opinion doesn't matter. All right, I guess the opinion nga ihang gigipangita again are for those people nga who are there, who are on the pinnacle of the probably of the society of all those kanang mga yana ba sa circles NBA because regardless if how many fans loves him mura gani if he doesn't get the respect of those people I think it would really kanang murag walay value gid tingali para sa iya ba and I think lang sa katong yang comment ganina or sa iya interview gidamay pa niya si Jenny Buzz si kinsang
Frank
GM
Vogel.
Rob
Ikuan ka
Pelinka.
dong, Rampelenka, oh.
those guys gained the respect of people. I mean, if you're the owner of the Lakers, imposible way respeto ang tao sa imo. Jenny Buzz is the first female matingali nga owner sa NBA nga siya gakuan. I mean, who wouldn't respect that, right? Yamong-among lang niya.
Let me
And
Frank Vogel.
let me double
Frank
back on that
Vogel.
brush real quick because let me double back on that real quick because I think there's an important thing that needs to be stated and as to where that's coming from. Because Rob Pelinka finished 7th in the GM for the in the Executive of the Year polling, which I thought was a little bit too far for someone like Rob Pelinka after you created the deal to get Anthony Davis over to the Los Angeles Lakers. So I thought that was very interesting how he ranked so low. And I'm kind of trying to figure out how Lawrence Frank won Executive of the Year. How did that happen? I'm kind of confused. After Lawrence Frank is
Which
the GM of the Los Angeles Clippers.
it's
The
okay. Okay.
Clippers.
Let's
Right, right.
discuss that
Frank
later,
Vogel.
right? Let's discuss that
Right,
later.
right,
Mhm.
right.
All right.
But yeah,
In
no.
regards to,
Let me just wrap. Hmm.
go ahead. Sige, Brush. Go ahead.
I think
Finish.
there's those there's those elements to it as to why those statements started coming out because again there seems to be a lack of understanding for people and what they did over this course of time for the Lakers. So you got guys like Rob Pelinka who weren't even given a fair ranking when they were when writers and professionals were being tasked to score the Executive of the Year. You got a guy like Frank Vogel who, despite having the best record in the Western Conference, wasn't even also ranked in the coaching or for Coach of the Year. And then you got a guy like or you got a person like Jeannie Buss, whom has been a well, owners don't really necessarily get the limelight because they kind of show up towards the end. They let the management and the players do all of the work, and then So I'm not kind of sure where that's coming from, but I will, from a psychological understanding, say this that I think that's where a lot of it is coming from, especially when you're LeBron James and you have a platform to address those issues. So I kind of get it. Like if you're Rob Pelinka, if you're Frank Vogel, like where's my love? What kind of where do I get? What do I get? So something to that degree.
Sa ako alang ha, Rob
Hmm.
Palenka, yeah, he might have ranked 7, okay? But considering that there are like 30 teams in the NBA, I mean, man, that's even like upper 1/3 of the population. All right, if you were to think about it, okay. And the thing about Rob Palenka is he's been in the NBA for long, all right, for so long. He contained Kobe Bryant. He gave Kobe Bryant the opportunity to be chance. I mean, the respect is already there. I guess that's the reason why LeBron went to the Lakers, why AD went to the Lakers, is because they respected, or Jenny Buzz and Rob Palenka are respective people. All right. I guess ang ako alang point there is he had to mention those people. He had to like what gonna those people didn't voice out na
Whiny, like, whiny,
love. Yeah.
whiny.
They force it out. Why does LeBron have to take it up? I mean,
Right.
that actually kanang mo ganig nindot na ta kayo to. I mean, I would respect nga they were the champions earlier today. I mean, mura ganig sa kanindot na himuan pag yun bate. Just like katong
Drama.
pag-escalate nila sa mura na ba?
Drama.
Mura ganig anon siya og if LeBron is not surrounded by people who are protecting his image, I'm pretty sure na nagyun na yung mga bati ng gawas. Because
Brother,
those kind of stuff aren't practiced. Kanang pag-interview siya, I mean, that's what he felt. He needs to voice out that I need to be respected. Murag inana ba? Then again,
brother,
respect, yes. Yeah.
just to add to the Rob Pelinka, let's not forget nga controversy regarding Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka nga backstabbing incident
Mhm.
or comments from Magic Johnson. We all know that Magic Johnson's very well loved and respected in the NBA community. So probably
Mhm.
that's the reason why nga yung ranking ubos you guys tanan, but yeah, that's unfair jud noon kung na 7 siya. Maybe because katol jud mato sa factor nga grabe ka ubos siya. And then with regards to Frank Vogel, I mean, they have a really dominant team nga expected na jud siguro sa mga fans, sa mga tao nga ni vote nga sa kinsay pa coach na ning Los Angeles mo excel jud siya maayo. So probably mao to yung mga reason
Mhm.
nga nang ingato
Yeah.
ilang
And
ranking or whatever.
Brush, I'll use
Okay.
the line that you used earlier actually to just try to dissuade you a little bit into what the understanding is. So I
Mhm.
remember you said earlier that LeBron sought the admiration, the respect, and the validation of the people above him who won't give him his due. And I think that's where it's coming from, where he has to toe the names of Rob Pelinka and Frank Vogel into the discussion, is because Rob Pelinka was 7th. for a team that's in the Western Conference who won the Western Conference Finals, who are playing for an NBA championship, and who have a team structured well enough for you to take the championship the way they did today in Game 6. We don't know the criteria for Executive of the Year, but if it has a lot to do with peer perception, I think that's where a bit of the disrespect comes. Because again, if we're being logical, factual about the whole process, the way this team was structured, and if that's a criteria for it, I think he deserves a little bit more credit than the third, fourth, or fifth people who are ranked in this list, because they are not in the Western Conference Finals. They are not playing for the championship, and they don't have, or they weren't able to build a team right enough for you to be where the Lakers are. So that's, I think, the first point. And then, with going back to Frank Vogel, yes, it's roughly the same thing with him. I mean, you're able to take this team far enough where you should have at least, if it's peer perception, how do you get them to say and agree that you did such a great job this year? And the only way we can do that as an organization, if you're the NBA, to validate what you've done in a particular year, in this case 2020, is you get either the Executive of the Year award, the Coach of the Year award, or at least you crack the top 3 or 5. So I think that's where LeBron had to throw their names in there and tell the world that, hey, as much as I deserve credit and respect the way I'm asking for it now, these guys also need to be given their due. These guys also need to be given the respect that they deserve. And these guys cannot be forgotten for how well they've structured this Los Angeles Lakers roster and how they prepared this team, guided this team, created this team for the championship that we saw today.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, ako alam yun ha. Then again, I totally understand the point. Okay. But then again, para lang sad sa kuha, I mean, these people has the opportunity to do it every day. Like to talk to the media, to talk to newspapers and all those kind of stuff or those avenues. But more gani sa entire NBA, for I don't know for how long, right? But probably for years now. Or I guess this is the first time that I actually heard somebody asking for respect. Mura gina siya. Somebody
It's a little odd. It's a little odd. Sometimes what LeBron says is just a little weird sometimes, but it comes out the way it does. So again, subject to multiple interpretations all the time, every time.
Exactly. So I guess you can't blame people for hating him. You can't blame me for not liking him. So those are like just few of the reasons why. I mean, I do acknowledge his greatness, okay? But hell, he can't be the GOAT, man. Ambot lang. I really can't. I really can't imagine. I mean, then I told you guys about it already. I guess that's the main reason why LeBron is trying to get all those stats, all those numbers, because that's the only way that he could be in the argument of being the GOAT. Because without those stats, he can't be. If yung sa liga niya run championships, he had like young efficiency record in the finals isn't that good. Okay, so I guess the only argument that he would have sa GOAT race is really basically those numbers. Those numbers lang good. Those numbers are really amazing. But diha ko naingon sa inyo ha. That's diha na ko murag ni Kwan. Remember when I said it? Para sa ko, it's stat padding. It's not stat padding to win, but it's stat padding to be the GOAT. Because that's the only way that he could be the GOAT, through the numbers. That's the only way.
Well, let me go ahead and see if we can make this a little more interesting, Brush, because I kind of been wondering, because if we're gonna have this argument, we're gonna have it the whole night. So I want to see if we can cut this short, right? So, well, because I want to dispel that rumor, because I want to make sure that people understand how to frame what needs to be understood. And what I want people to understand is that when you're talking about stat padding, well, if you're LeBron James, you kind of have to rack up those stats for you to even come close, because nobody else on your team is going to do that. That's number one. It's in stark contrast to the Russell Westbrook argument, because his teammates would literally would box out for him and he'd go in and grab the rebound. That's number two. The Russell Westbrook contrast is just a little bit more different than LeBron James for me, because you also have to remember that a lot of the teams LeBron James has played on, they were really bad. They were horrible.
the standard I was looking at, bati
Yeah.
man siya pamilawon, but it's the Warriors. Look at how kuan ba kanang murag shared gyud gani ilang roles ilang. I mean,
As
Steph
a
could
team.
actually, yeah, Steph could
As a
always,
team.
even on his katong MVP season nga unanimous siya, he didn't average 30, he didn't average a triple double, but he got it mainly because he was effective. LeBron could only be
So,
effective if he gets those stats. Murag ako ang point
well,
sa that.
yeah.
Brother, makaingon sa
Well,
bitaw
I
usaha
mean, we got
sometimes kasi kasi sa LeBron sometimes mag-stop
go
padding
ahead.
yun siya. Example, kanang blowout na gani game, di dyan po siya maghuwas. Dyan po siya sa game, sa klaro na kayong blowout, especially katong walkout incident. Di ba, ingon sila nga walkout kay ko ana wala daw nang Miami Heat. O katong ilang play og nagpasad day siya ato day nga dili naman, di ba? Ug napasad na siya ato kay di naman dito mapas. So di na ta siya mo walk out ato nga game. Di murag ngano mo stay pa mo siya. Night times siya bitaw nga ngano mo stay pa mo siya sa game nga obviously wala na may daganan. Either labaw kay sila
I
or
mean,
lubong kay sila na. Naadya po siya sa game
that,
ba?
that,
Mao na makain ko sometimes nga
that's the
sometimes nagsapad. Yeah, mao na ako sa
Well,
pero kasama
sometimes
ko,
well, when you
draft, wa gyud laing
mm,
players ang good ang team nga murag inana. Pero Jeff, imagine katong nga that Miami team that won 2 championships, di
mhm,
ba? Did he
mhm.
I guess it's the same raman niyang gibuhat, good. Murag inana. It isn't
Well,
really
let me try and put it in. Mm, let me try and put it in
what
perspective from when LeBron was not aggressive in Miami to when he was. And this is the one blemish in his career that people will always argue and go back to. It was 2011 against Dallas. And in that year, he only averaged what? 17 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. So, and it kind of gave LeBron the realization that, and Dwayne Wade had this conversation with him to start or before the start of the next season, where he said, you have to do you. You have to be LeBron James. You have to put up these numbers for us to have the chance that we are capable of having in each and every game. So if you're LeBron James, it is your responsibility. It is your role. It is you, period. This is your description. This is who you are. You have to play great every night. You have to put up those numbers every night. And again, when we're looking at how some players stat pad versus how LeBron quote unquote and allegedly stat pads, I think those are two totally 100% different things. Because to me, again, a stat padder would be somebody like Russell Westbrook, wherein his teammates would box out for him and he'd go in and fly and grab the rebound. LeBron James, there's nobody else on your team who's doing that, bro. You got to go up there and get it yourself. Either that or no
I'm
one's gonna get it. So
I'm sorry for the kuan for the better term of it because I really can't think of like other terms towards it. Pero mura
yeah,
gid ako he has to get the accolades, he has to get the numbers. All right, let's not call it stat padding. Let's not call it
mm,
stat padding. But that's the only way that he could really be considered in the GOAT conversation because katong mga kana ganing mga factors nga you would consider Jordan as the GOAT or Kobe as the GOAT, factors that are not in the scorebook or those kind of stuff. Wa man good sa wala gid si LeBron na nagad. Like let's say kanang young fire, young desire to win and all. Doesn't he just doesn't have it, man. He just doesn't. Mura ganing mga Jordan factors.
I mean, come on. Right. Well, look again. That again, I'll beg to differ. I mean, come on. We're talking about a guy whom, if you're on his team, there's an 80% chance you're either in the playoffs or you're going to the finals. So I'm not sure what we're talking about here when we're saying that this guy doesn't want to win.
He's a freak of nature, Big Brush. That's the reason why he
Right.
could always be. Mura gini given good na siya. If he's gonna,
Yeah.
if he's healthy, then he could carry the team sa playoffs. That's basically it. Okay, it's a
Right.
given.
yeah,
So ang ako
how
alam,
great LeBron is,
Uh-huh.
how freak of nature he is also. Yeah, he really wants to win and he really wants also all the star players on his team. So
ang mura man good ang
mao
he
sa na
wins
naka-downside na.
the playoffs, but the fire isn't there, man. I don't know if sa inyo if you see it, but Para sa kuha,
Butler.
Mhm.
Butler. The fire you can see in Butler.
I guess the reason why I don't see it in him, it's because he's a freak of nature. He's big. It's given. Unlike on Jordan, ba nga nakita ka nga naglisod yun siya, nga he works out really hard just to be
He
the
carried
goat
the team. He carried
one.
the team by himself.
Kobe does that. Mura ka
Wait, hold on. Michael Jordan. Sorry, wait. Hold on. Michael Jordan carried a team by himself.
No, ano,
I beg to
siya dyan na nga.
differ. Every year Jordan won, Scottie Pippen was
Dili
there.
just Ben.
Every year he
Yeah,
won,
Pippen.
Scottie Pippen was
That's
there. Let's not forget about
that's
that.
the only help. That's the
Michael
only help.
Jordan, Michael Jordan never made the playoffs without Scottie Pippen. Let that be a fact. Let that be known as
Correct.
a
Yeah,
fact.
but
Scottie
again,
Pippen, Michael Jordan never
if you
made the
compare,
playoffs without Scottie
but if
Pippen.
you com- but
Mm-mm.
if you compare with LeBron, all the help that he has compared to Jordan, the
LeBron
real help
James
that he
had a
have.
stretch. He carried the 07. Whoa, hold on. LeBron James had a stretch in '07 where his teammates were not even close to what
Yeah,
Michael Jordan had. Let that
I'll
be a
give that.
fact.
I'll give
15
that
to
to
18,
LeBron.
like LeBron James, George Hill, J.R. Smith. That's help.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
help.
give that to LeBron also.
That's
I'll give that to LeBron as well.
all right,
As well
all
as
let's
right, all
give
right, all right.
2000,
Okay.
as well as 2015 series. He has no help that time also. Final
Give me a
series.
year Michael Jordan won without Scottie Pippen, and I'll drop this argument. Give me a
But
yeah,
year.
the help. But yeah,
I'll
but
name you.
Pippen doesn't average more than 20 points.
Sorry,
Um,
what? What?
LeBron
I didn't hear that.
does not average more than 20 points. Scottie Pippen,
Scottie
Dwayne
Pippen
Wade.
for his career averaged 20 points up. Nope, nope, right there.
No,
Scottie
during the
Pippen, look it
finals.
up, averages 20 points. In the finals?
Yeah, you check it out. Just average 17. Most of the time
Because
18.
Scottie Pippen
That's
is
it.
the best defender on the Chicago Bulls.
But
And Michael Jordan has the highest
but
usage rate in the NBA Finals.
yeah. But LeBron has Bosch and Dwayne Wade. Bosch almost
Uh-huh.
20 points. Dwayne Wade more than
20 points,
but
LeBron, Chris Bosh in the NBA Finals?
almost almost
almost 20
20
points.
Almost.
Dwayne Wade
Scottie Pippen.
averaged 26 in 2011, and then Kyrie and Love. Kyrie averaged more than 20, I think 25, and then Kevin Love almost 20 points. So
Sige.
here, let's just
Nani
admit
na
that today LeBron has AD, who averaged almost
Fact check.
30.
I think I think this opens us up. Rush, Rush and Brother Jerry. I think this opens us up to a lot of fact checking because
bro.
from my understanding, with the exception of 2015-16 where Cleveland won it, and I think we got to be a little bit careful here because Kevin Love, I don't think averaged 20, with the exception of Kyrie Irving because that wasn't obvious for them to come back and beat a 73-9 team. I think they had to do that. That was something that had to be accomplished. All right. In 2012 to 13, where Miami went back to back, arguable. I would definitely say that Dwayne Wade would have to get 20 points, 20 something points.
Yeah,
We're not thinking LeBron James averaged 40 points. Chris Bosh, I don't think so. I don't think he even had that many shots. But
okay.
again, this opens us up
I got the
to a
stats
lot of
here.
fact
Career
checking,
summary
especially
for
with Scottie
Pippen:
Pippen, because with Scottie Pippen,
16.1. 16.1. I got it here. Okay, career average 16.1.
Scottie Pippen averaged 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists in 35 games in the NBA Finals in his career.
Okay,
What are we
let me
looking at
check.
here? This is roughly 20 points a game.
Oh, yeah.
This is roughly 20
That's why
points
I'm
a game.
correct.
Again,
It's
we
does
could
not
be
average
expanding
more
this a
than
little
20
bit.
points. Yeah, does not average more than 20 points. So I'm correct.
Dwayne
I
Wade,
said
Alright.
does not average.
Nani na lang siya. Nani na
Dwayne,
lang siya. Alright.
Does not average
Um,
more than 20 points. So I'm still correct, right? Because he
nani,
doesn't average more than 20 points.
right, nani na lang na siya. Jeff. Kuya. In regards to LeBron's career, then again, he has all the accolades. He's gonna be like issue in Hall of Famer regardless. All right, wa na gitay masultihan na. The only thing that we are actually
mhm,
talking about right now is him commanding or demanding respect from people or
mhm,
from his
mhm,
peers. Okay, so muna siya. Um, my point of view, and a lot for sure. You don't ask for it. You don't ask for respect. You work for it, or that's given to you freely.
mhm.
More than bottom line, ana. You don't go out into the public. You don't put that into your speech sa finals. Instead of thanking people for part sa pag-build sa team or for people factor sa championship, mga yan. Alright, and instead of concentrating on that, mura gani he asked for damn respect. Okay? Something na I mean, you do already have that. Mura gani mo na siya. Si LeBron already has a lot of teammates nga maayo kuwang gyapon for him. He basically asked for like some more support. In this case, people already respect him. A lot of people, millions of people already respect him all over the world. But kung gyapon siya, I mean, to hell with people who don't respect you. All right, you're a multi-millionaire, man. You're a multi-millionaire. Damn to those people who don't respect you, who doesn't give you respect. So, di na. But if I were on, ako gani nga, thousandaire ako, dili ko millionaire, thousandaire, ha? Thousands rin na. Thousand rin na. Di man gani ko. To hell.
I like that term. I like that term. Yeah, yeah.
I don't mind those people nga mubash behind my back. I mean, I'll say what I want, but hell, I don't ask for people's respect. Mura gid na siya. If you want to give me respect, then be it. If you don't, to hell with you. Nabuhi ko,
Earned.
nawala ka.
It's
Mura
earned.
gid na LeBron. Nga siya sa una, bata pa siya, wa siya papa, nagkalisod siya. I mean, to hell with those people. People would always have their double standards gid ang mga tao. To hell with them. To hell with them gid. Mura gid ako.
That's also true. And you know what, Brush? To that effect, I will agree. Braun probably is a better PR person, but again, I
Exactly.
want people who are watching this show to understand where it's coming from, and frame it in that
Hey, Brush,
sense. And I don't want it to be
actually,
like over exaggerated and misinterpreted. Mm-mm.
we really can't, man. We really can't. We really don't know what is behind that respect statement by LeBron. We only him would know. All right, but if it's respect from the media, respect from like katong mga tao nga nibutar tungod tingali kay wa siya ma MVP and all. I mean, to
Usa sa
hell
to.
with it, man. To
Usa
hell
sa,
with it.
usa sa to.
To hell with it, yun. All right. So let's drop that discussion, okay? Because magbuntagan tayo na.
Yeah, we'll be here
We've
all
already.
night.
So,
We're on the
pero
1 minute 11 mark.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up somebody, one of kanang nag-guest na to before, all right? In regards to, because he also has his opinion. I'll have Paul become the voice of the people, all right, on what they thought about like the game earlier. So let me just bring up Paul sa screen. Brother, napakaya. Sorry kayo, nalangay ka sa.
I hope his internet is better. I hope his internet is better than Miggy's. That's for sure. Miggy just can't get in at all, man.
Paul, brother. Oh, I think that naman ginaspol na eh. Nag-inom na sad ni ba? Klaro kayo.
We're probably a pocket dial right now. We're probably on pocket dial.
Um, okay, while we're waiting for Paul to be kanang nakamagid siya. Pero while we're waiting for him, let me just read some of the comments from people who are like to us tonight, okay? Because there are it is a good discussion that we had. Okay,
It's a good night for comments. It is a good night for comments.
yes, sir. Look, first off, I would like to read the comment from Coach Jacques Bautista. Game 5 is Jimmy Bucket's last hurrah. That's why wala na energy for Game 6. Also, no time recovery kid. True. I
Shout
guess
out to Jax. Shout out to Jax.
yeah, that really played a
Agree.
very big
Agree.
factor. One day ra ang rest. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, nagtakiang na gud siya.
exactly. I mean,
And he didn't move
I
well.
don't.
Let's be real. He didn't really move well.
I mean, usa sa nasa controversy sad nga I was really. I mean, good for you, Jack. You have Miggy to talk to in regards to like debating, getting ideas. Ako sa mura ko buang. I talk to myself ba. Na mura kay.
You know you can hit me up, right? You can hit me up, right? I'm like, I'm awake at the same time. Do I have to hit you up first? Is that how it works?
Wala ray. Pero it just got me thinking ba nga. Ano nga naman ang scheduling sa NBA? I mean, for the finals.
I don't.
I know that it's just like their hotels are just like 10 minutes away. Pero the question is, nano one day, if there is an injury or something, simbako lang good for the Lakers, nga wala gid sila ha. If there was like somebody injured nga factor gid sa game, I mean, you don't give that guy the chance to, mura si Dragic, gipugos na nun niya game 6. Okay? Of course, he wants
He
to.
didn't look great for Game 6 either.
But
Obviously.
yeah, no, I really don't understand. I really don't. I mean,
Well,
if they already kanang mura gani, if they found a way to make the bubble work, why not make the finals somehow like even better by not condensing the schedule? Murag ina ba? That was
right. Hey,
it for
Brush.
me. Wala ko gusto na. All right.
Yeah,
So
to me also, it's weird how real quick. I mean, it was also weird how the scheduling was only one game in between. So I don't know. I think we talked about it in the previous podcast where we said that they might have been trying to speed things up because if you're trying to still fit it in within the parameters of your old schedule where you'd be able to start the season before the next year. So you
mhm.
have the draft coming up, then you have training camp, then you have what's next after that? I think the summer league or the draft, where the draftees and the the D leaguers have to vie for a spot, and then you have the NBA season, then you have the preseason, and then you have the NBA
Preseason.
season. So
Yeah,
you're
preseason.
trying to cramp 4 months of 4 months of action, 4 or maybe 3 to 4 months of action, all in the next 2 months. So maybe that's why I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I'm not
Nah,
the NBA scheduler. I would,
I don't
yeah.
buy it, and there's still like conspiracy behind it. I'm pretty sure, but
I can't wait. I can't wait for the
No.
Shogun that we're doing conspiracy theories, bro.
let's
I swear. I'm
talk
so
about
curious to hear what you want to talk about. It's so funny,
NBA
man.
season is already done, so we're gonna talk about conspiracies now one of these days. All
Let's
right.
rename this.
So,
Let's rename
Yeah,
this Cebu Hopes Conspiracy.
I know,
yeah,
man. I'm
I'm
gonna make you another graphic for that. That'll be fun.
true, true. Create that, Rush. Create that. All right.
Yeah,
So
I got.
I have this comment here from Lawrence Katipay. Nihilak baya ning Nikki ganing.
True Laker fans know. True Laker fans know. 6 years in the making. 6 years in the making. Congrats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ako, wala. Actually, ang akong gibuhat ganina while nag-celebrate ang Lakers, kinitanaw na kong tulfo. Mura na siya. Alright, so from Miggy himself, resident Laker fan on the show and can't even join in. Sorry kay Migs. Raymond.
Someone's got to be mad at Globe.
Yes, sir. So another comment from Miggy, preparing a 15-paragraph explainer containing my commentary on the game. Okay. All right. Looking forward to that, Mig.
Nice. He sends it
All right.
in message. He sends it in audio clips. Be ready for that.
All right. So I got we got a comment here from Jonas Arnaiz, Idol 3. All right.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to this show. I think this is a new one, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Idol niya si Jordan. Thank you, sir, for appreciating greatness. 23 man
It
daw,
could be.
Jordan. 23 is
Get
Jordan.
going. Hey,
Or
LeBron's
kids
turned 23 too.
Williams.
Who do you? Okay. We'll have it. Brush. This will last the next morning. We need Red Horse and tequila and all that good stuff. This is not going to end here. I'm telling you now.
All right. One more comment from
Thanks to the cloud.
Skip says,
Wala yung discount katong Arts. Katong gikalib na to ba?
Ano sa? Is that Maria again? Because I ain't having Maria twice on the show, man. I ain't having Maria twice on the show.
I guess it's really Maria. All right. So a comment here from Boss Joel Liu of the PBB player. All right. Formerly player sa F2 of sa Sharks. All right. Respect LeBron.
Hey, Brush. Shout out to Joel Liu, one of the biggest LeBron fans I know out there. You got your chip, and that's all I'll say to that. You got your Finals MVP. It's a good day to be you right now, bro. Can't wait to see you play again for the Casino Sharks, man. Let's see it.
Yeah,
I like Cameron said.
I want my damn respect too. Oh, respect is given. All right. So last comment from Joel Liu. Stop hating LeBron. One-on-one mo LeBron.
I ain't taking that. I'd rather not. I'm sure I'll destroy.
Actually, I tried that sa 2K21.
Oh, you did you now?
Yeah, man, damn. I already did it. One-on-one naming LeBron. Ako ang kung play versus LeBron.
Tell everybody. Tell everybody on the show. Tell everybody on the show what mode you had it on. What mode did you have it on?
Ako ganina? Superstar.
It gotta be Hall of Fame, man. Come on now.
I could defeat a team using Hall of Fame sa 2K20 o sa 2K21. I
Yeah.
could. But
yeah,
I want to good ganina ba? Ganahan ko manglubong og
yeah,
player or manglubong og team. So mo to siya, I
yeah,
placed
yeah,
it on the all-star lang, mid na
yeah,
setting. I want to win. I want to
yeah.
win. I'm gonna
Uh,
ma-stress.
hey, you know what?
All right.
Hey, Rush, I did you a favor. Don't forget, I did you a favor. I got you back. I played the Bucks earlier. I got you one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So another comment here from Miggy. Nagkano yung comments ni Miggy dali. But if guys like Dame says put some respect on my name, we're okay with that. There seems to be double standard. For Dame,
It's LeBron James.
ang comparison is really like LeBron, Dame Lillard.
It's LeBron James versus Damian Lillard. It's someone who's vying to be the GOAT versus somebody striving for relevancy. Although I will say this, but hey, Damian Lillard, deserves all on every ounce of it. I'm me as a person calling it now. The way he's performed in the bubble, the way he's performed throughout his entire career, everybody has to realize that Damian Lillard is a straight up superstar and a straight up damn killing baller, man, for sure, for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So another comment here from Boss RC Espinosa. Shout out.
Hey RC,
Mind the beat.
hey RC,
Yes,
Free Throw
sir.
Tigers. Shout out to RC.
Yes, sir. Good game last Saturday, sir. Naagyapon moves, ngigo gyapon kayo. So, sunod Sabado na pod, duwa na pod ta. Magliluan bubble na pod ta. Ato na pod ta duwa, puhon, puhon.
Is that what it's called? Are you the commissioner? Are you the
Puhon.
commissioner?
Yeah?
Sounds like
Uh,
fun.
murag co-commissioner. Let's put it that
Cool
way.
commissioner. Awesome, awesome.
All right.
That's cool.
So, last comment from Mickey. They got to the finals now.
Olivia Mickey's.
The right to have a less taxing schedule would have made for better quality games, siguro, if the players got enough rest the deeper they got into the playoffs. One day bet games in the finals is too tight. True. I guess the only thing that the NBA gave those players, I mean, nani man na siya, as far as I'm concerned, the nearest hotel is 10 minutes away. All right? For those teams, mura gani, ang top two teams sa East ug sa West stayed in that hotel. And then the deeper your standing is pag start sa playoffs or pag start sa bubble, the further you leave sa arena. So I guess it's the only advantage that the NBA players got when they reached the finals. They got to live 10 minutes away from the arena. That was it. In regards to rest, man, laom gid kayo siya, laom gid kayo. Laom gid kayo. I really don't understand why they do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Imagine, Brush, if
I-
we played one game the day before and then one day rest and then another game after. I wouldn't feel good, but I'd probably be really like, fuck, I gotta go play a game today, something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, guys, we've actually reached the hour. Hapit na ta 1 hour and a half. Okay. So we're gonna. Is there like anything else you'd want to talk? Not only today, but in the future, pod pohon. Just leave us a comment so that we could somehow discuss it. All right, we could do a little bit research because then again, the NBA season is done, and I don't think kanang murag lingaw ang PBA karon nga. I really don't understand why the PBA even started. Na single round robin ra ilang gibuhat. I really don't understand the PBA nowadays. So we're just even if the finals is done, we're gonna talk about something about the NBA, all right? Or probably mas lingaw pati nga ling legit atong storyaan, di ba, Brush? Di ba, kuya? So we're gonna do, all right? Just give us your thoughts and ideas what we could talk about, okay? So go inside. So let's go now to the segment called 032 Reacts. Okay.
Pending a jingle, folks. Pending a jingle.
Yes,
Under construction.
Pending.
Go, go, Brother Jeff.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can get it done, man.
Murang nagsagasulan ko yung mga kanta ba. Atay. All right. So
Yeah,
let me
Good.
this is the part of the segment wherein I would show these guys some pictures and they would give me their opinion towards it. Okay. So I'll start off with this doesn't have to be like finals related. This could really be anything.
Anything.
Anything. Basketball. All right. So let me start with this. Okay, let me start with this. Wait. Let me share the screen now. All right, there you go. You guys can see it. You guys see it? All right, that's Doc Rivers' statement.
uh,
Golden State Warriors. So everybody wants to be Golden State, but nobody can shoot like Golden State. So to me, everybody made a mistake. All right. So I'll start with you, Kuya. What could you say about this?
I don't know if every team in the NBA wants to be Golden State, but for a fact, Houston probably. Probably the
You-
Clippers because Doc Rivers said this. So
Actually,
let me think of other. I think yeah, a lot of teams
yeah,
be
small
Golden
ball,
State.
small ball.
Small ball, live and die with the three. But yeah, I think they made a mistake because yeah, that's right. Not everybody can shoot like, especially Steph, but and Stephen Clay. But given some development, I think the Drip Brothers can be the Drip Brothers of the future to match with
trademark
Golden
pending,
State.
man. Trademark pending.
Yeah, I think yeah they have a chance to be Golden State's Splash Brothers. So this is Miami's Drip Brothers. So I yeah probably given perhaps 2 3 years they can probably the Drip Brothers of the
Oh,
Miami Heat. Yeah.
sige, sige. How about you? How about you, Jeff? What could you say about the statement from Doc Rivers?
Brush, I have to say, when you showed me this picture and it popped up on my screen, I laughed. And then I wanted to
Why?
cry because it brought me
What?
back to 2016 in a heartbeat. And I hate this team so much. And again, I kind of toggle between those two emotions, but let me say this. There is so much truth to this that it's not even laughable. Golden State and every team in the NBA might have to come to this realization. Number one, you will never, probably ever have a team wherein both players on your team have the capability to go for a night where they hit at least 10 3 pointers. You won't because you don't have Steph Curry, you don't have Klay Thompson, you don't have a guy who can go off for 60 points on 14 dribbles. You don't have a guy who can become the two-time MVP, unanimous for one, leading a team to 73-9 and shooting the lights out, absolute fire, the Human Torch and Stephen Curry. A lot of teams are making this mistake because they think shooting is something that you can really, really develop, which is true. But these two guys on the screen right here are the greatest shooters. I'm saying it now, Brush, because they will never, already to me, already. And if they can keep this up with the longevity of their careers, you will never see a more incredible shooting pair in the NBA ever. These two are lights out. They are so good with the ball, off the ball. They will absolutely kill you from three, and it's not even funny. And yes, everyone made a mistake because you don't have Steph and you don't have Clay. So sorry.
All right, all right. So ang ako lang sa that, just my take on this. It's funny that it came from Doc Rivers, somebody who doesn't really play like small ball. That No, he doesn't. He doesn't because he has like a regular
Yes,
center
Zubac,
his rotation in Zubox and
Harrell, Trez. Yes,
he
Trez.
has DeAndre Jordan before. So I don't know because sakto si Kuya. As, aside from the Warriors who really went small ball, it's the Houston Rockets, probably the Portland Trailblazers. You could consider nga mag small ball good nila na, but yeah, I would agree to Doc Rivers in regards to this because nobody could really shoot like Golden State. And as per Kuya, para sa kuha lang ha, dili man sa tingali good nga they live and die sa with their three pointers mainly because I haven't really seen a game sa Warriors because since
Houston
2015.
Rockets, the Houston Rockets,
Oh, unlike the Houston
the
Rockets
Houston,
ba, nga mura ganig maski di malas ta kayo, they went 0 out of 13 in 5 but tingali to on the third quarter. They didn't abandon the 3-point shot, right? The Warriors didn't do that. If the 3-pointers isn't working for them, they find ways. Especially when Durant was already in the team. So they don't even die with a three.
Brush, let me
Before
add
that,
let me add to your
yeah.
yeah, Brush, let me add to your argument really because to me Golden State is to me and I think Steve Kerr has the incredible advantage of number one. Everybody needs to know this about Steve Kerr so that you guys don't get this way. Number one, when he was a player, he was under Phil Jackson, arguably the best coach of all time. When he ended his career, he was with arguably the second best coach of all time in Greg Popovich. Both coaches knew how to do one thing. Already a myriad of things, but things that I found very things that I think they were very good at. Number one, spacing. Number two,
Mhm.
know your players. And number three, know what you can do with them. You combine all three, you have what I think is some of the best quality basketball you will ever see in terms of teamwork. Because Golden State runs the best motion offense I've ever seen in my entire life. They run the best
True.
elevator screening play. All of these plays. And Brush, I'll tell you one more thing about that you alluded to your point. Golden State didn't really force small ball. They didn't. Golden State forced you to find a big man who can shoot so that you can space the floor for your guards. And I think that's where right now, if you're a young kid, I hate to say it, if you're a young kid, you're training in Milo SBP, you might want to think about being a big man because being a big man means you need to shoot from the outside now. We're not looking for those back to the basket kind of big man, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, skyhook, no more of that. So, you got to learn how to shoot nowadays. Otherwise, I'm not sure where you'd fit in.
True, true, true. So here's the next picture I'd want to show you guys. All right. Um, sorry, I know Jaff is not a Warriors fan. Kuya is not a Warriors fan, but
So, chat
kung
mo
ano,
nga. Chat isa kita. Chat lagi. Ani.
ano, yeah.
I think Paul thinks, is Paul online?
Are you there, brother?
Paul? It feels like
Paul,
we're calling a spirit right now. Are you there?
Paul.
If you are, move my mouse.
Paul first sa discussion. All right, so here's the next picture I would want to show you guys. Okay, if you were Bob Myers, all right, which of these five would you get and
I,
why?
easy for me.
For what
All right,
team?
I'll start with Kuya. Ikaw una, Kuya.
For what team?
The Warriors. We're
Of
talking
course,
about the Warriors.
Serge Ibaka.
All right, all right.
Serge Ibaka for me because Serge Ibaka is a really good defender, very good rebounder, and for me, I think he would really fit with the Golden State Warriors with his
Um, top,
attitude and his discipline.
top three lang ni mo, Kuya.
Yeah, for me, Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka would be number one kinsa isunod if Serge wouldn't be available. Because we have to consider the salary cap, which the Warriors unfortunately doesn't have much.
Mars Leonard second for me.
Miles Leonard, and the third would be
Third,
yeah, top three ni mo.
third.
If Ibaka, Leonard,
Kasi nasa Boston or kanina sa Suns day from Boston.
Aaron
Aaron
Barnes,
Baines.
Bar,
Aaron Baines.
yeah.
Aaron
For
Baines.
me,
All
Baines
right.
is third pick.
Okay. How about you? How about you, Brush? Who are you taking? Top
In
three.
the exact in the
The Warriors.
exact same order, actually. Surprisingly enough, I gotta give Brother Jerry a virtual high five here because we have it in the same order. Number one, Serge Ibaka. Truth be told, Serge has been robbed of a Defensive Player of the Year award over his career. I think he deserves one. Nobody else on this five that you're showing in this graphic can play defense like Serge down low. And he's also a fairly consistent outside shooter. Myers Leonard, he's built like an NFL lineman. He's got the muscle and the hustle. He can also shoot from the outside and plays, okay defense. And Aaron Baines because he can space the floor really well. Though the rest of his game is suspect to me. And I don't know if you're the Warriors, you'd pick up Hassan Whiteside or Tristan Thompson. They don't really fit in your system at all. I don't know how
True,
you would
true.
do that.
actually for me lang sada, we have the same three players, but in
Exactly.
regards to order, I would really have Ibaka first, Baines second, and then I'll have Leonard third. All right. Same mini Miggy. Miggy actually commented here.
Pwede, pwede.
Baines, big who can shoot, pass, hard as screen setter too. All right. So, yan na. So, I guess we have unanimous. Serge Ibaka would
Mm.
be like the perfect fit for the Warriors. It would really be nice, no? If ilagin ang makuha.
Hey, if you get Surge, that's interesting. Somebody can actually defend AD if you're facing off against the Lakers. Because Surge is a very good
Exactly.
defender, above average.
Exactly. So let's move to the third picture here, okay?
I love this
Uh,
segment.
Yeah. Okay. Just give me a few
Because it's so
moments.
random. I don't.
This picture, by the way, was just forwarded to me earlier. Okay, dili gini ako. I don't. I just would wanna get your opinion, Jaff and Kuya. I just nimbot sa untatog na si Miggy. But Migs, I know you're watching. Give me your comment on this on the comment section below, so that you could chime in sa discussion. All right. So here's the picture. All right, this was sent to me. Unanimous na lang kay para dili siya mabash po. All right, because he PM this. All right, bronze four-ring, man. Bronze four-ring. So I'll start with you, Ani. Kuya, I'll start with you. What can you say about those four rings?
This is pure hate. This picture is pure hate.
Exactly.
I don't
Come
want to
on,
comment because
man.
again, guys, LeBron James is on my Mount Rushmore. He's third on my list. I There are
Hey,
things
could you
that I don't like from
you
LeBron James,
you
but this
mentioned
is
Mount
pure.
Rushmore. Na curious lang ko. Kinsa imong Mount Rushmore sa NBA?
MJ, Kobe, LeBron. So it's third. Huh?
Kinsa ikaw mo?
Huh?
Who's your fourth?
Because there's
My
four in the Mount
fourth,
Rushmore. You know that, right?
fourth for me is Hakim
Hakim?
Olajuwon. Yeah,
Can't go wrong. Akeem, you can't go wrong with Akeem. That's
True.
a good one.
I'll
Can't
pick
go wrong.
him over Shaquille siguro.
Okay.
So,
Stop
So
the taking
no
over
for
Shaq,
this
though.
one, this is pure hate. But yeah, I will just say, the Kyrie one. Yeah, Kyrie made the
winning
game
shot.
winning shot. However, made the defense defensive play of the championship,
Katong kang
and
gidala.
they scored 40 points. Kyrie and LeBron, game five, I think. Yeah, that's the first time a teammate scored 40 points in a finals game. Ray
For the
Allen, yeah, Ray Allen probably saved that championship against the Spurs. Yeah, makaingon yun siya yung nag-save ato kay na-extend to game 7. However, in game 7,
LeBron
the
carried.
Spurs ahead, I mean the Miami Heat is ahead by 2. Bola sa Miami Heat. LeBron made the shot so to make it 4. So mausad to sa kana championship. The strike season was the strike season against
2000.
No, what is this? Is this
Oh, that's Miami.
against
which one is this?
Miami.
The
Miami against
OKC?
Durant.
OKC? OKC?
OKC?
Or
No,
San Antonio?
was that a
Was
strike
it a
season?
strike season? I don't
The
remember
strike
it being a
season
strike
was
season either.
Spurs
It
man
was.
siguro to.
I think it was
No,
strike,
the
pero
the shortened season katong Spurs man siguro ang na champion. Kani di ko sure aning strike season. Mao
I'm
na
not
um
sure about this one either,
pagkaron
but
bubble. Bubble, yeah, they won in the bubbles. Mao ra.
What is the bubbles?
They won in the bubble. That's it. That's facts, huh?
no hate, just
Okay.
facts.
Yeah.
Di ba kuya? How about you, Jeff? What can you say about this
Hey,
picture?
all right, me and Jerry are very toe to toe on this one because we have almost exactly the same opinion. Number one, this is a pure hate photo, absolute hate. Kyrie Irving, as much as Kyrie Irving hit that shot, people forget LeBron James iced the game from the free throw line with that free throw to put them ahead by 4. He also had the block that will be remembered around the world and for all time. Bubble, I mean, come on, we already talked about this. I mean, if Miami won, this would be the same. This would be a championship regardless. But because LeBron won, you found an excuse. Really?
Mhm.
No, not a good reason. Strike season,
I,
I'm confused with this one. I need the strike season thing fact checked. I'm not sure if it was a strike
I
season.
actually
Was it
researched
a
it
strike
right
season?
now.
Uh huh.
2011, 2012 against OKC. The NBA played
Oh,
just
okay.
60 minutes. All right. So it was a
Okay,
shortened.
okay,
Katong
okay,
San
okay.
Antonio was 52. This one is
52.
66. Yeah.
Correct. Understood.
This was
Going to the
66.
third. Yeah. Going to the third ring. I mean, again, they played an up and coming OKC team. I remember it. It's one of the most well-known teams in OKC history. Harden, Westbrook, and Durant. So, and they beat that team 4 games to 1. I think Durant was even the MVP of that year. So, no, I don't know what you're trying to say here. And alluding to Jerry's point, Ray Allen hit the shot of shots to extend that series, but LeBron James did hit the ice or hit the shot to ice that game as well in Game 7. So it's not like I mean, it's just a pure hate. Brother Jerry, this is just a pure hater graphic.
I don't want to comment
Pure
on that.
hater.
By the way, guys, bubble today is a shortened season today. By the way,
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
yeah.
That's also true.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a short season by far.
from Tennessee, it was a season really made for the Lakers. All right.
True. I mean, even if it wasn't.
It is. Even
Yeah.
if you won't accept it. Diba tayo? Kuhaan, guys. Here's the next picture that I see. This was what we talked about earlier, Jeff, in regards to asa naman to no? Oh, okay, I got it here. Wait. Okay. So let me share this. Let me share this picture to you guys. Right? This is what we talked about earlier about Rob Palenka not getting the love from people. Right? So Lawrence Frank, LA Clippers won it. All right. Second is Sam Presti. Third is Pat Riley. John Hurst of Milwaukee Bucks. Usai Jiri, Zach Kleeman, Rob Palenka. Actually,
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're right. Number 7 siya. Pero how could you say he didn't get love? All right. If those are the names that are above you. All right. Para sa ko alam ha, I think the only person that or the ang sakto nga ranking ni Rob Palenka, he could be like a 6 or he could be a 5, 6 or a 7, all right? Or definitely a 6. Because I don't know what Zach Kleeman actually did for Memphis because he didn't assemble the team. He basically just drafted like somebody really good in John Morant. But for the other players, I mean, these general managers work their butt off, all right? Lawrence Frank really had a very, very busy offseason getting PG, getting Kawhi, getting Morris, getting some other names or other players that could that would play for them. Okay, Sam Presti actually also had a very busy off season with a Chris Paul trade. All right. And I guess he saw something that other GM didn't see because they thought that Chris Paul is already washed out. So they give Chris Paul a chance. They drafted him. Oh, sorry, not drafted. They got him on the trade. Plus, they got a lot of first-round picks for that trade. So I would give 2 thumbs up to Sam Presti for that. As a matter of fact, I would have Sam Presti win this over Lawrence Frank if you were to ask me. And then for the Miami Heat, Pat Riley played under the radar, man, for like months, all right?
True.
And we saw during the playoffs what he did to deserve the number 3 slot, okay? Then for John Hoyce for Milwaukee, I mean, he did what he had to do with Milwaukee, developing Giannis, surrounding him with the talent that he could, though kuwang siya, but he did his job in surrounding Giannis. So he deserves to be there. For Masai Ujiri, man, we counted the Toronto Raptors out after Kawhi left. So, deserving sad siya. So, for Kleeman, mura gid na akong question mark. I don't know why he did to be above Rob Palenka. But for Rob Palenka lang sada, in fairness, it wasn't really like a if you have LeBron in your team, man, dili naman tingali lisod mo mukuha og other players. I guess the only thing that's quite hard sa iyahang part is deciding who to let go for AD. That was it. That was it. And I think he was even wrong for not including Kuzma. All right, for not including Kuzma on that trade, because if he just included Kuzma, I think napa si Lonzo Ball nila, they would have a legit point guard with the Lakers.
True, true, true.
Or if not Lonzo Ball, probably Brandon Ingram or probably Josh Hart, right? So
Josh Hart, ganahan ko to.
yeah, so I guess Rob Palenka is in a position that he kanang murag he deserves in this ranking. Probably number 6, I would agree, and number 6 yeah, pero above John Harris, above Pat Riley, above Sam Presti, above Lawrence Frank, nah, I doubt. He would be like a number 6 or 7 GM. That's my take on this. How about you, Jeff? Ikaw sa ako na before ni Kuya.
All right, so Brush, let's go back and forth on this real quick because I want to see if we can have the same understanding. Because a lot of when it comes to the executive of the year, I really think it's more peer. It's like a peer award. I'm not sure even how you rank or grade this. This is the part where it's almost like the MVP voting. I'm not sure what the criteria is, but let's go ahead and have a little fun with this. Okay, here's my version of the top 5. Sam Presti. Here's why. We already talked about it. If you're a mid-level or a small market team, the way Sam Presti has managed this team, for you to be at least competitive and generating revenue for your team, that you already win in general. Before you can, you can start preparing. Because Sam Presti's a genius at this. For me, him and Bob Myers are the 2 smartest GMs in all of basketball. You draft really well, you structure your team really well, and you don't lose out money every year. So that's very smart. You picked up Chris Paul, who we thought was aging, but lo and behold, you're in the playoffs. So Sam Presti, number 1. And this is because of the business of basketball. My second one here is Pat Riley. Simply because Miami is in the NBA Finals. You drafted Tyler Hero. You kept Duncan Robinson. You drafted Bam Adebayo, by the way, who was somewhere well, within like 7th or 8th, 10th pick. You picked that guy up. Your backups weren't that bad at all. Kelly Olynyk and Miami being sort of like a mid-level market team, you somehow structured a team well enough to get them where they are. And of course, you signed Jimmy Butler, which basically changed the whole outlook of Miami. Now, here's where it gets interesting because, Brush, I actually have Rob Pelinka at number 3. Here's why. As big an argument as it is to make for LeBron James being able to attract talent, structuring the contracts around LeBron James is, first of all, LeBron James is a big contract. That's about $150 million. And then to give AD the amount he's due and the players around him as well, to structure yourself wherein you don't exceed the tax limits. And we're already getting into the nitty-gritty of business when it comes to basketball here, but I'll give Rob Pelinka his due. The fact also that this team made the NBA Finals proves that you structured a team well enough to actually win now, and win in the coming years. So I'll give Rob Pelinka his due. Afterwards, John Hurst, you have a problem in Milwaukee because the Miami Heat exposed it. That Chris Middleton is not the superstar that you pegged him to be because he would have been able to help Giannis win in the Eastern Conference semifinals. You also have a bit of a problem with your rotation because you alluded to it the last time, Brush. You let go of Malcolm Brogdon, but you kept somebody else. And you said that you felt that they should have kept Malcolm Brogdon. And Jerry's giving me the thumbs up because I'm right. So, John Horst, you have a bit of a problem. Masai Ujiri, I feel this is a really weird because Toronto, you didn't really make any moves in the offseason, nor did you put yourself in a position for the next season. You kept the same lineup. I don't know why you're here. I'm so confused. You kept your lineup great, and you made it well into the playoffs, second to the semifinals against Boston. But even Jerry's laughing right now because I know he agrees with me. You didn't really move anybody. You didn't get anybody. You didn't, you lost Kawhi Leonard, and then, oh shit, now what? So I'm kind of confused at why Masai Ujiri is so up.
He actually got like he maintained like kanang kuan nila ba?
Kana lagi. It's funny lang. Yeah, I agree with that, Brush. He was able to maintain, and the business of basketball again. The contracts are well structured for you to maintain the same basketball team. But that's the thing. You also, as Masai Ujiri, had realized that the biggest reason why you won last year was because of Kawhi. So not only did you not do anything to somehow get somebody back in return, which I thought was a big failure on Masai Ujiri's part, but you didn't do anything outside of that to prepare you for this year, the bubble, and the years after. You didn't. I don't know if I heard Toronto securing any draft picks for this draft, or if they even
Nope.
have any players that they can move that are worth anything. So if you're the Toronto Raptors, you're kind of where OKC is, but OKC is in a better position because they're not losing money. Toronto, you might be. So I
True.
think this is my list. This is my revised list. And I think Jerry Jerry's been laughing the whole time. Jerry, I know you agree with me.
Yeah,
Ako, number six,
correct.
or
Because
probably number five, just
for me,
above
brother,
Cleman or Horst.
for me,
Yeah,
murag na coincide si Lebron ano nga list. Kay layo radyo kay si Rob Pelinka.
I kind of
I
get why
will
he was
put
mad.
Rob Pelinka after Pat Riley, fourth. So third kang Jeff, ako fourth.
mm,
Again, for me lang, the
Yeah, go ahead.
controversy with Magic Johnson and backstabbing comments probably did rub the voters the wrong way. So that probably swayed a lot of the voters nga down siya. So para mi na ma-audio to ang main reason nga nung wala jud kay ni butar ni Rob Pelinka. But for me,
This
kung
is
ako mo
crazy.
butar, fourth siya. Siya sa fourth.
fourth? Okay, okay. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Who'd you put
I
above him?
totally forgot. Huh?
Sorry, Jerry.
What's the
Who'd you
question?
put above him? Who are your? I'm asking Jerry. Who are your top three? I'm just curious. Who'd
Oh,
you put ahead of?
Riley, Sapinsky, and Frank
Top
Lawrence.
three, yeah, the same list
Oh,
for
you put
top
Lawrence
three. That
Frank. Arguable,
fourth, Rob
arguable, arguable.
Pelinka.
Yeah.
Yeah, sa ko asa di,
After
sorry.
Pat Riley.
I'll put him there as a number, probably number five. All right, Rob Polenka would be number five because, of course, I totally forgot about what Horst did to Milwaukee, letting go of Malcolm Brogdon.
Brogdon. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I guess if you would compare that, that kanang murag kanang sayop when it comes to picking the players compared kang Palenka, I guess sa kang Rapalenka, it resulted, or even if he did the wrong decision of not including like Kuzma on the trades, but it still resulted to a finals or to the championship. Sa kang John Horst, it resulted to a second round exit, which I really think if naalang si Malcolm Brogdon, it could have really played like a big part sa
Exactly.
East.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could really have played. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon isn't like really a big name, but if you guys know him, if you guys actually saw him play, how he complements Giannis, okay, how intelligent he is, because I think he's like a. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think I'm correct with this. He's a fourth year rookie. When he was drafted to the NBA, he completed 4 years of
Okay.
college. Yeah. So, mura na siya, veteran na gid siya ba? He went to the NBA at the age of 23. So, season na gid siya. All right. So, for me, he could be like, I think Rapalenka should be like the number five. Behind Frank Lawrence, Lawrence Frank, Sam Presti, Pat Riley, and I think Misai Ujiri. Hands off to Misai Ujiri yapon because then again, um, he kept the Raptors to contention this year, but I doubt if they would still. What I don't know what his moves are for next year. Okay,
True. That's the problem. Yeah.
Mark Gasol is going to the Kuan,
Yearly.
going back to Europe, Barcelona, and kining si kinsa ganito
This is
si
this is
Ibaka.
Kawhi's fault. Kawhi's fault for leaving Toronto.
We could have had a Kawhi Leonard LeBron James matchup in the finals. God damn it,
Exactly,
Kawhi.
Yeah.
exactly. So, we'll go to the last last picture. Just give me your quick opinion on this. I sent this later, ganina sa kuan day sa tong group chat. Okay,
Oh, okay.
this is a picture of not all right, but these are like most of the contestants that are joining our raffle or our contest for the shirts, the NBA final shirts for the Miami Heat and the LA Lakers, right? And if you would look closer, guys, okay, if you would look closer,
That's a lot of purple and gold, man.
it's not a lot. They're all pearl and gold, man. They're all Lakers fans. They're all Laker fans.
Wow.
They're all Laker
True.
fans. Even this family, if you would see the print on the shirt, it's Lakers. I just don't know why they have like red shirts on Lakers.
I've
So
never seen that. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So they had it printed though. So kana siya. These are like the contestants that we have for the t-shirt contest that we're currently doing. Okay, so I will be posting these pictures today. All right, so those people who are part or who submitted their photos, start like having your friends, your family members, your relatives like them. All right, because the top four people, the top four who gets the highest likes or reacts would actually win those shirts. Okay, so what could you say about this year, Lakers? So kita nakita ang lain.
For me, yeah, it's obvious based on our pictures here that the Lakers are the team expected to win this championship. But if I were to vote, I would love the family picture. I love that family picture.
All right, all right.
That's my vote,
Ikaw,
the family picture.
okay, ikaw, Jeff. What could you say about this though?
Brush, you know how when you there's like graphics every now and then na ipagawas na they try to grade whichever state of the US is supposedly like a majority of their fans. This is the team they're rooting for. So if you have California, it's like let's say Los Angeles Lakers or the Raiders or whatever, and then if you target the Philippines, it's just a giant L. It's like Lakers. That's it. I'm not
All
even
right.
gonna deny it. I've known this since birth. Like the Philippines just is a Laker nation, whether I like it or not. So, hats off to everybody participating. And Brush, I love it. This is really good because we've got so many people tuning into Cebuano Hoops Live. I feel really great as a person who's contributing content to this page that we're doing something right. Tune in because the quote, the ever ready Uncle Jerry, no hate, just facts.
True, 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 true. So, Kuan, before we end the night, let me just read some comments here because nagagay comments si Miggy. Para just to be fair with him,
Comment lang sa karon, mates.
Sorry.
here's the comment from me. Guys, read my comments. I'm participating. All right. Regarding the GM of the year, let's start with this. Sorry, I'll start with this. I remember Magic referring to Rob as a backstabber when he left the organization. Analysis have said that Rob isn't well liked in the executive circles. Maybe that played a
Yeah.
role too. So Rob deserves credit for constructing around the stars, but Lawrence Frank made a great team. It didn't work out for them. Presti was the best GM for me. Only 2% chance of making it to the playoffs, but they were one play away from knocking the Rockets team, who was considered as a contender. Okay, so continuation was Presti and OKC made CP3 a valuable asset again, so he can be traded for picks or young players. Number one, Presti. Two, Frank. Three, Palenka. All right. So very well said, Migs. Hopefully, okay na mo internet tomorrow because tomorrow we're gonna start our off-season talks. Okay, this is gonna be interesting because we're not gonna be talking about games, but we're gonna be debating a lot. Okay, in regards to like our ideas. All right, because I know these guys doesn't like the Warriors, and I'm rooting for the Warriors. All right. I'm back with the Warriors because it's already done. The season's already done. So they nako Milwaukee Warriors. Oh, sorry. Miami Warriors day. So I'm back to Golden State, man. Back to San Francisco. One last thing
Okay.
from Bossing Win day. His bet is Sir Rich Paul of Clutch. Well,
That's
for
true. That's true. That's true. He signed a bunch of big names in the offseason, I think. Or during the season. He
true.
signed a lot of really good names.
Yes, sir. Yes,
MVP,
sir.
MVP. Rich Paul.
Yes, sir. So, before we actually end the night as well, ooh, Brooklyn.
Ooh. Gonna be fun next year. Gonna be a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
fun next
Hey,
year.
we're not gonna wait for next year, man. We're gonna talk about it as soon as possible. All right.
Amen.
So before I forget, all right, I just would want to say thank you for those people who made this podcast possible. So first of all, thank you to Fatty Patty. All right. So if you guys would
Amen.
want um
Thank you, sa burger. I
enjoy,
love it. I love it.
yes, if you wanna
Thank you, sa
like
burger.
have a good or lami kaya nga burger at a very low price, right? Contact Fatty
Affordable,
Patty on
affordable.
Facebook. Yes, sir. Cell phone number is there below 0917-709-7900. So, salamat kayo, Sir Virgil. Unfortunately, these two guys nga kung kuyog karon wagid sila kapapicture sa burger kay ilang gilamon diretso dayon. Alright? So, pasensya kayo.
My bad. Wait,
Oh, what happened to you, Brother Mark? Yeah, by the way, guys, I want to make a shout out to. Okay,
oh, there you
there's
go.
Mark.
Exactly.
Ako nawa ako. Sa'yo pa ako napislit. So, then again, salamat kayo sa Fatty Patty for the burgers, okay? So,
Brooklyn.
yes sir. So, and by the way, naaday gipag-greet si Miggy day sa kuha. This is actually, let me just share this on our screen, all right? So, since wala si Miggy, I'll be the one to plug this in. So, all right, so this is an organization sa Ormoc for retails, and they are like they're an NGO who does it, who actually adopts and takes care of like kanang mga stray dogs, right?
Mm,
So you guys could
nice.
actually donate, or if you wanna like help out these people who are like helping these dogs out, contact Miggy, okay? Para you could get details on how you could assist these people in Ormoc, okay? So, all right, that's it. Kuya, anybody you'd want to greet before we end the night?
Okay, guys. Yeah, just want to make a shout out to again our 032 solid fans. Congrats to you guys. Lakers won the championship. LeBron James, Arvin Scartin, and the Kaputha Basketball Club. Jovit Christian Tarona, James Reed, my brothers, Eric Brian Amaris, Charles Michael Amaris, our Korean fan here, Jalai, and all the Lakers and Miami Heat fans. Thank you and keep supporting Cebuano Hoops live every time mag live midday. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a really great 1 month already for us. So
Yes.
thank you for all your support. Keep the comments coming and continue supporting us. Here, brother Jeff, brother Mark, brother Migs. Thank you. It's been a
No,
pleasure.
no problem. How about you, Jeff? Anybody you want to greet tonight?
Well, let me start off with this. Humble in victory, gracious in defeat, and always know that as long as you play with passion and you give your best effort, the world will show you back the love that you put into your passion. Just take a look at
True.
Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Nothing to hang your hat. Stop with the respect thing, brush. All right, let me end with this. Hey, mad love to everybody watching Cebuano Hoops Live. Again, we are your go-to podcast show every 8:30 onwards for anything hoops related. You know where to find us. 032 Kicks by Miller. We're ready to put on a good show for y'all. From everybody in Cebu, Davao, Negros, Bohol, Manila, wherever you may be. Again, tune in. You'll enjoy it. You already know what's up. Shout out to my brothers who are watching the show downstairs, my parents in the other room, my girlfriend, Ia Cortez. I love you. Just keep watching the show. You'll know where to find me. You don't have to, wonder where I am. Bobet Cortez and Manila, her dad as well. And to everybody watching Cebuano Hoops Live, let's go. Let's do this. It's the NBA offseason. We got more for you.
Yes, sir. All right, so for me lang sada, last
Wait,
minute.
brother Jamir.
Brother
Shout out.
Jamir. Si Brother Jamiron, kinanglimpyo pa saya sa kinan, gisuwayan ng
Yeah,
pressure
yeah.
water. All right. So, shout out on diyan.
Feeling
X Black, Angkol, mahing gabi eh. Hinaot nga
Uncle KX Blanc.
sapatos mo sponsor unta ka namo sa Cebuano Hoops Live, Angkol. Alright, we're rooting for your sponsorship call. Alright, then one last comment from Bossing Win. Good job, guys. This is better than listening to Skip Bayless. Shan. Hey,
Thank you, brother Bossing Win.
salamat kayo sa compliments,
Hey,
sir.
this coming from a guy in LA. Let's go. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank
I know
you.
we're known good, ani good, pero we are just guys enjoying the game that we really love. All right, and pasensya na sad mo usahay magpataka mi istorya because we need to fact check some stuff. But and again, we're starting. So guys, pasensya gay kayo. Okay, we still don't have like secretaries to do those. All right, these are based on like kanang stock knowledge or gid na mo.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Just stock knowledge.
Pack up
Stock
knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge na gid na siya sa mga nagianin. Pasensya na kay mga gungguwang nabi amin ni Kuya. Maragyan na si Jeff. All right. So ako is thank you guys for like those 3,500 subscribers that we do have and followers on Facebook. Salamat kayo for supporting Cebuano Hoops Live. I know most of you doesn't understand half of what we're saying, mainly because we speak Cebuano and may mga taga Manila who are tuned in to us. So I think we're gonna one of these days we're gonna look for something na wherein you guys would understand everything that we're gonna be saying. All right, but thank you so much for the support and to Jumbing and nas pikas kwarto o gibiyaan dito. So salamat kayo. 2 hours na sad. Sabot na mo is 1 hour, so we reached 2 hours again. So I doubt if tinggan ko ani or lutuan
And
ko.
then the third straight episode.
Yeah, so I sorry babe. Luto iton kog snacks kay gigutom ko. Margana. All right. So yes sir. So for those people by the way, Miki says wants to do a shout out for Aika. Aika, salamat kayo sa 500.
Thank you. 500 Facebook accounts. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. And Brother Jameer just commented, keep it coming, guys. What a great episode. So salamat kayo. And for those people there in the United States, enjoy the holiday. Today's Columbus Day. So enjoy mo. Wala may work karon. So I'm gonna be, I don't know what I'll do. Kay depende pa ni sa mood ni Jamberon kay murag sako na kay to sa kuha. Kay 2 hours na di ay ta giatay. So guys, without further ado, I'm signing off. Good night kayo and I'll see you guys tomorrow 8:30 Cebuano Hoops Live.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support. You keep safe, guys.
Thank
Maayong
you.
gabi.
Thank you. Maayong gabi.
All right.
Let's go.